What is going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. That was definitely weird, but anyway, welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So the Atlanta Falcons did officially announce their 2020 roster, and I don't know, I feel as a content creator, it'd be weird if I waited until Tuesday to talk about this. Now, no worries, there is still going to be an episode on Tuesday, but I just decided to make another video for today talking about what I think about this roster and if it's ready to compete for a Super Bowl. Anyway, enough talk, let's get straight into it. I hit the stand as soon as I did that, but let's get straight into it. So for this video, I'm going to read off the names as I scroll down on my phone, and if I have any takes on any of these players, I will give it out really quickly. And then after that, I will say if this team is ready to compete for a Super Bowl, and let's get straight into it. The players that did make the 2020 Atlanta Falcons roster is, of course, Matt Ryan. If you don't have Matt Ryan, you are not even going to make playoffs, so you got to keep Matt Ryan healthy. The punter that we drafted in the 7th round this year, Sterling Hoffrichter, does make the team. Younghoe Koo, the kicker, makes the team. Our backup, Matt Schaub, makes the team. Real quick before I go on, in my 2020 Falcons preview video, I had a couple comments saying that I'm underrating Matt Schaub. Like, oh, you're underrating Matt Schaub. If Matt Ryan goes down, keep an eye on Matt Schaub. He'll do really good. Stop hyping up Matt Schaub, please. The dude barely has any playing time. The last time he even had a lot of playing time was literally one Seahawks game last year, and everyone just kind of expects he's like the next Nick Foles or something. I don't know where this Matt Schaub hype came from. Stop it. If we lose Matt Ryan, we're not making playoffs. Stop hyping up Matt Schaub, and I don't want to downgrade the player that much, but seriously, where did all this Matt Schaub hype come from? Seriously. And someone's like, oh, well, he did really good with the Texans. Newsflash, I don't know how many years ago that was, but it definitely wasn't recent. Nowadays, he barely even gets playing time. He's like a career backup now. Stop with the Matt Schaub hype, please. Anyway, Julio Jones makes the team. Christian Blake makes the team. I don't know where that came from. I thought he was going to get released. Brandon Powell makes the team. Honestly, whoever that is. Olamide Zaccheaus. Calvin Ridley makes the team. Kendall Sheffield makes the team. He could be really good this year, but at the same time, we just kind of have to see him play on the field before we hype him up. But I think he could do really good. Todd Gurley, Keanu Neal. This is definitely a big year for Keanu Neal, because if he gets injured again, it'd be hard for me to imagine he actually makes the roster next year. So he's got to stay healthy this year. Brian Hill, AJ Terrell, Ito Smith, he's another player to where if he gets injured, I can see him, getting cut. So he's got to stay healthy. And the next man too, Isaiah Oliver, it's not that he's injury prone, but he just needs to step up. I know I feel like a lot of players I'm kind of talking down on. I promise I actually really like this roster. But anyway, Isaiah Oliver has to step up. DeMonte KZ, Quadre Allison, hopefully he gets a bounce back season. Jalen Hopkins, I really like him. Bleedy Ray Wilson, whatever. Deion Buchanan could do really good this year. Ricardo Allen, Darqueze Dennard, Keith Smith, Sherrod Niesman, Michael Walker, Deion Jones, the long snapper Josh Harris, kind of an underrated player on our team, because if you don't have a good long snapper, you might be in a little bit of trouble. So it's a good thing we have a good long snapper. John Kaminsky, he's got to step up though. Alex Mack, Foye Oluokun, Dante Fowler. I kind of thought Leroy Reynolds was going to get cut, but whatever, he's on the team. Matt Hennessy, Chris Lindstrom, Justin McCray, Jake Matthews, Matt Gano, John Wetzel. I thought he would get cut too. Caleb McGarry, James Carpenter, Hayden Hurst makes the roster. Russell Gage does make the roster, and he is expected to be the wide receiver number 3, or at least I think. I think he could do really good here for the Falcons. Now, I don't know if he's going to be, Calvin Ridley good, but I think he could be a pretty solid player here in Atlanta. Jaden Graham, if Hayden Hurst goes down, we still have a pretty solid backup in Jaden Graham. Now, after that, I don't know why you would keep Luke Stalker. Anyway, Marlon Davidson, Jacob Marine, Marine, whoever that is, Charles Harris, Alan Bailey, Deidre Sanat, Tyler Davison, Grady Jarrett, and Tack McKinley. So those are the players that do officially make the roster. I think this is a good roster. I know it kind of seems like I really hated this roster. I promise I really like it. Like with Matt Ryan, Julio Jones, Calvin Ridley, Todd Gurley, Hayden Hurst, Grady Jarrett, Dante Fowler. I mean, you name it. I think this is still a good freaking roster. And yes, I think this roster is ready to compete for a Super Bowl. But at the same time, we have been saying that for the last few seasons. We've been saying, oh, it's ready for a Super Bowl. The truth is they always have been. They just haven't really played like they want it. It seems like the last 3 years since our Super Bowl run, they kind of entered the season like, well, we still have a talented roster. Let's go out there and do our thing. If we don't make the playoffs, oh, well, we got next year. It's not like any of us are going to get cut. Well, last year, it kind of seemed like Dan Quinn was going to get fired. We were going to rebuild, but they do rally, and they do keep most of the players on this roster, and most of all, they do keep Dan Quinn. So finally, they're entering the 2020 season like, okay, this is a big one, because if we don't make at least the playoffs this year, we're definitely going to rebuild. So playoffs, they're definitely ready for that. Super Bowl, as long as they play like it, as long as the coaching goes well, as long as, we live up to the potential we're supposed to, then yes, we can definitely win a Super Bowl. But I guess I should go over the players that do get released. Delrick Abrams Jr., Hinwa Aliyu. I'm just going to be real with you. A lot of these players I don't really know. But anyway, Kajon Armstrong. Okay, now this one I didn't see coming, though. Benkert. I personally would have him as the backup over frickin' Matt Schaub. Because at least he has some time to develop. He's young. He's mobile. Matt Schaub is literally none of what Kurt Benkert is. I think he's a better backup than Matt Schaub. Now, I don't think Kurt Benkert would do anything if Matt Ryan gets hurt, but he would be at least a little more capable than Matt Schaub, in my opinion. Jamal Carter, Chris Cooper, Mikey Daniel, Austin Edwards, Justin Gooseberry, Devin Gray, Juwan Green, Tyler Hall. Sean Harlow does get released. Josh Hawkins gets released. Evan Kazarczyk, Salasi Latu, Kyle Laletta, Jalen McCleskey, Jared Pinky, Craig Reynolds. A lot of these players are kind of like, yeah, what were they going to do? Edmund Robinson, I wanted to see what he could do. He did pretty good in the XFL. I was hoping he could get another chance in the NFL, but I guess not. Chris Rowland. This is kind of the big talk. Laquan Treadwell actually doesn't make the team. I don't think any of us saw that coming. I really, really, really wanted to see what Laquan Treadwell could do. I thought he was going to be kind of a sleeper, solid wide receiver number 3. I thought he could have rejuvenated his career here in Atlanta with a much better quarterback. Granted, his NFL career hasn't really ever been anything good, and I always heard reports that he wasn't doing good in the Falcons practice, so I guess we should have seen this coming, that he wasn't going to make the team. But still, though, really disappointed in that one. I wanted to see what he could do, but best of luck to you, man. Disappointed he couldn't make it, but it is what it is. Ray Wilborn and J.J. Wilcox do not make the team. But those are my takes on all of that. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Other than that, I will see you guys with a video this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Love and appreciate you all for the support. As always, rise up.